Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it. In Shameful Silence, author Alexandra Lozano argues that domestic violence against men remains painfully underrecognized, not because it's rare or simple, but because shame, masculinity, immigration fears, legal systems, and public narratives often make it nearly unspeakable. Drawing on survivor stories, research, and her experience as an immigration attorney, Lozano widens the frame beyond physical violence to include emotional abuse, financial control, administrative abuse, false allegations, parental alienation, and the quiet devastation of men who don't fit our cultural image of a victim. Lozano writes with a lawyer's urgency, but her best passages feel less like argument than witness. Miguel's story, with the police lights outside his Burien apartment after he called for help against Guadalupe, is haunting because it turns on disbelief as much as violence. The threats of deportation, the deleted contacts, the children asleep in the next room. All of it gathers into a portrait of a man trapped by love, fear, obligation, and invisibility. Tristan's story affected me even more. His slow erosion, taking extra jobs while being gaslit into apologizing for things he never said, captures emotional abuse as a weather system, something that changes the air until a person forgets what breathing normally feels like. I also admired the book's willingness to enter uncomfortable rooms without pretending they're tidy. Lozano is careful to say that focusing on male victims doesn't diminish the reality of violence against women, and I think that distinction matters. The strongest idea in the book is that compassion isn't a scarce resource. I found myself wanting more exploration of the policy-heavy sections, especially around false allegations, family court, and systemic bias. Those chapters are provocative and necessary, and the arguments move fast. The writing is at its most powerful when it slows down, as it does with Bernie Fitt's 31-year marriage, his isolation, the debt, the way escape arrives not as one cinematic revelation, but as a cumulative, aching clarity. By the end, I felt that Shameful Silence is not only a book about male victims of domestic violence, but a plea for a more honest moral imagination. It asks readers to look past the familiar scripts and recognize suffering, even when it arrives in a body we haven't been taught to pity. I'd recommend it to readers interested in domestic violence, trauma, law, gender, immigration, and family systems, as well as advocates and professionals who want to think more expansively about who needs help and why they might not ask for it. This is a difficult, compassionate, and deeply necessary book. Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.